All right, so we've got $100 here and we want to get some precious metals. What would be sort of the best thing to buy if you only had $100?
SD Bullion is giving away a monster box of 2024 Tree of Life silver coins. Sign up today at sdbullion.com/sweepstakes.
Looks like you finally got some 90% back in stock, Harry. Not a lot of it though.
No, and I mean, we have been restocked a couple of times since you were here last, but it just goes as fast as we buy it. Despite President Trump getting his second term and easing fears about the economy, there's still a lot of concern out there about the dollar itself and needing, just small increments to barter with. And so the people that buy this in great quantity are those most concerned with barter.
Well, I think the smart stackers are starting to come out of the woodwork. We got prices coming down. You're actually down to 23x face on the junk. So with prices coming down, I think it's a great time to be lowering that dollar cost average.
Yeah, we've talked about this in prior videos. I mean, buying on the dips, if you can, is awesome, and it does lower your average. And just in general, it's on sale compared to in recent weeks. And so if you are in the frame of mind to buy, this is probably a pretty good time, at least the best time in recent months.
The constitutional silver that you got in here, I mean, it's just a few dimes, a few quarters, a few half dollars. Was this stuff that someone actually sold to you, they brought into the shop?
Oh, for sure. All of this is stuff that people bring into the shop. I almost never source this because it does come in pretty regularly. It just goes out just as fast, but there's a nice equilibrium there.
Well, if people need money for bills or emergencies, it's really great to have silver because it's essentially just a savings account and you can tap into it if you ever need to.
Yeah, and it happens here, not infrequently, where someone laments selling me silver or even gold, and I remind them this is why you have it, is for an emergency. And usually they say, yeah, you're right, that's why I did it. So it's not always about the zombie apocalypse, but just maybe a new set of tires or a leaky roof.
Well, the reason that I first started stacking was because I always had trouble saving money. And once I started putting it into silver, I didn't want to sell my silver. I just wanted to stack more. And so it was a way for me to sort of easily grow my savings while having fun at the same time.
Yeah, and it's a liquid form of assets, but it's not as liquid as cash. So you have to take an extra step or two to free up the cash when you own silver. And so it is a bit of a forced saving. Also, if you make good decisions about, maybe bringing your own coffee in a thermos instead of a $5 cup of coffee at Starbucks, that's almost a silver quarter these days that you're saving. So there's ways to motivate yourself not to spend this or not to part with it.
Yeah, that was one of the problems when I tried to save money in the past. I would put it in my savings account at the bank.
Yes.
And then if I wanted to spend it, you get on your phone, you push two buttons, it's in your checking, and then it's gone.
Yep.
But with the silver, I would actually have to bring it down here to the coin shop to sell to you or someone else. And that's just something I wasn't wanting to do, so.
No, and if you think about even just cash, dealing in cash, there's something extra painful about pulling out bills from your wallet, counting out hundreds for the washing machine instead of pulling out your Visa card. It causes you to stop and think just an extra moment about, do I really need this or that? Even just going to McDonald's, for a hamburger, most of us now pull out a debit card. But if you've got to pull out a $20 bill, it just causes you to think about it for an extra moment.
And then the step beyond that is if you actually have to take your silver down, sell it, and then take that cash to go buy the hamburger, there's just no way it's happening.
Yeah, and for some people, there's an added element of embarrassment, and that there's no need to be embarrassed coming here. But people are sometimes very sheepish about, hey, Harry, I got to sell this today. I really hate to do it, hope you don't mind. But there's nothing to be embarrassed about. This stuff is for a rainy day, and like today, sometimes it's raining.
Yeah, it is raining. We get that a lot here.
Yes.
Well, I want to take a look at the bullion over here.
Sure.
You've got a jam-packed full case, a little bit of gold, but you've got all these sovereign coins, and I noticed some really unique rounds down here at the bottom. If we could take a look at those.
Yeah, I had never seen these before, but they've been selling quite well. They were actually brought in by a customer. He had a few hundred of these in tubes and needed to free up some cash. And I said, sure, we'll buy them. It's some sort of emoji theme. On the front is a rocket ship of some sort. On the back is all these different emojis. I suspect these are available in various designs as pictured on the back, but
That font is so interesting, the 1 troy ounce. I wonder why they went with such a unique font. I guess maybe because the emojis are trying to be fun or playful with it.
you like it?
I do like it.
My gift to you. Add this to your
Really, Harry?
perma stack.
No way.
Way.
I appreciate it,
A
Harry.
small thank you for today.
Well, thank you. Actually, you know what I want to do with this, Harry? I want to add this to that really big gold giveaway that we're going to be doing.
Okay.
We are at 289,000 subscribers on the channel. And when we get to 300,000, we're going to do something really special, yeah?
Absolutely. And I want to thank everyone because we're up on your channel over 100,000 subscribers this calendar year.
Yep.
100,000. Thank you, everybody. You will be rewarded with a very fun thing in the coming weeks.
Yep, and we're gonna throw this in as one of the runner-up prizes, so stay tuned for that.
Okay.
But Harry, I wanted to ask you, so some of the smart stackers, they're starting to sort of ramp up their purchases now that the price is coming down. And actually, my mother-in-law, she sent me today with some cash because she wants to add some silver to her stack.
Okay.
So I thought maybe we could talk about what would be sort of the best thing to buy if you only had $100.
Okay, well, we don't want to blow it. It's your mother-in-law.
Yeah,
right?
we're gonna make
So-
a good purchase, but let me get out the cash here. All right, so we've got $100 here, and we want to get some precious metals.
Before we do anything, let me do this the real way. If
Sure.
someone were to come into the store, I would say, well, for what reason are you buying this?
I think for her, the main thing is she wants the savings.
Okay.
And she wants to be protected from inflation. But I think because she's sort of newer to stacking, she's looking to really get some weight.
Okay, so she's looking to preserve wealth. I'm not getting the feeling she's looking to a dark period in the future where we might need to barter.
No.
Okay, so because of that, I'm going to avoid the 90% for the moment.
Sure.
The U.S. constitutional, the junk, and we're gonna talk about bullion. When someone's relatively new at this, I always say, and since that's her intention anyway, get the most weight for your money. Don't get fancy. You don't need eagles. You don't even need government ounces. Look at the pricing today. An eagle is $35.50. A maple or other government ounce is $33.50. But for $32.50, you can get what we call generic or refinery rounds, like the one with the rocket ship,
Oh,
or
yeah.
a myriad of other choices. My personal favorite are buffalo rounds, but another one that's really popular are the ones based on the classic Morgan dollar. All of these are private rounds, 1 troy ounce of 3/9 fine silver, yet you're going to spend $3 less, about 10% less per ounce than you would if you started with eagles in your stack. So let's do a little calculation.
Yeah, let's see how many we could get here.
So for $100 divided by $32.50, she can get 3 ounces. It's 3.08. So she wouldn't have to spend the entire $100. You get a little change, but she could start out with 3 of the troy ounce rounds, and maybe just for fun, just for the enjoyment of it, maybe 3 different designs, just for the fact that it's fun to have something different to look at.
Now, Harry, because I've been doing this a while, I know typically the rounds are the cheapest thing here in the shop, but I
Yes.
want to mix it up even more because I
Okay.
know you guys have a junk tray. Can we look at that first?
Absolutely. This
Oh,
tray
wow.
is where we keep the world silver and also U.S. silver that for some reason isn't top drawer or not the prime stuff. So for instance, we have 1 ounce silver eagles right now in here at 96 cents per gram. And what's wrong with this? Well, for some, nothing. But in the aftermarket, some companies do paint these to enhance the Liberty motif, and that can be soaked off with a couple days in a jar of acetone. Still, when I buy these, I just put them in here and have a little fun with it. So if your mother-in-law wanted a silver eagle at a price less than the silver rounds, she could have 1, 2, or 3 silver eagles and get some change.
Oh man, this is tempting. And here's the thing, Harry. I've got the acetone, the xylene, I've got that stuff at my house. So I could actually buy these.
You
I
could.
could soak off the Lady Liberty, and then
Yep.
she would have 3 eagles for less than the rounds.
And this is what's fun about what we're doing today is that this happens all the time. You know, people They see the variety, they ask my advice, but ultimately it's your choice and what brings you the most joy. So what you could do is get a silver quarter.
Oh, we could, huh?
Or you could get a couple of silver dimes.
You know, I think if it was me picking, honestly, I would probably want to get one of the standing Liberty quarters because I love the eagle on the back of those. That's one of my favorites.
They're all pretty worn.
Yeah, but look at this eagle.
Yeah.
That is just gorgeous. Full flight. I mean, that's got to be one of the best eagles on
Or
a
3
US
barber
coin.
dimes. All of it would keep it at or under $100.
Yeah, I wonder if she would want one of the old barber dimes. Let's see what year this one is. Look at that, 1908, I think. That's kind of cool.
It's 116 years old.
Wow.
And see, for those of you out there watching this video who maybe are reluctant to start stacking because maybe all you have to spare at a given time is $100, don't be shy. You got to start somewhere, and where we are is where we are. And yet you can still have a little fun with the hobby, get yourself started, get a little variety. And if you're fortunate enough to time your visit to a coin shop right, maybe even find a bargain where you could find a real good deal on otherwise expensive bullion.
Yeah, I think asking about sort of the bargain bin items, do you got any scratch and dent stuff in the back? You know, what are you about to take to the refiner? Anything I can take off your hands?
Yes.
I've found some of my best deals ever just simply asking the owner, you know, hey, is there anything else you got? And so I think definitely looking in something like the World Silver Tray or what have you, you could really come across some great scores.
You know, when I was stacking, long before I had a coin shop, there was a local shop here in Portland that I would go to and always buy their Canadian 80%, which was never ever on display, you know, because I asked politely. The gentleman would always go in the back and bring out a cigar box of this, and I would buy it all. So, you know, make friends with your dealer, and sometimes you'll find that not everything is out for display. Some is just sitting in a bucket waiting to go somewhere else at some point in the future.
Well, you know what, Harry? Because I've already got the xylene at my house, I think I'm going to buy these.
Okay.
And I'm going to strip off the sort of paint on there because I want them to look like regular eagles.
And they will. They're truly silver eagles. They just need a little loving care, and they're going to look like just like the $35.50 ones over here.
Appreciate the deal here, Harry.
It's a pleasure.
I think she's really going to enjoy this stuff.
I hope so. It is your mother-in-law, you know.
Yeah, well, let's ring it up, huh?
Okay, let's do it. This is how it really works, folks. We do this all day, and we're having fun. I hope as a purchaser you have fun because, as I like to remind everyone, bottom line, this is still a hobby, and let's have fun with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe I'll take one of these cool stickers, too.
Yeah, okay. You got
Harry's
it.
Coin Shop. She's
Hey,
going to like that.
How about an official Harry's Coin Shop pen, too?
Oh, and a pen?
There you go.
I'm not going to turn that down.
Okay. Well, thank you, Silver Dragons, and thanks to your mother-in-law.
This was fun, Harry. I had a really good time.
My pleasure.
Yeah, I'll see you next time.
Thanks, Silver Dragons.
Thank you.